This video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 main levels of vibrational resonance, how you can move through each of these paradigms so that you start to create what you want easier than ever. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now this video, I'm going to be sharing with you that of understanding how you can transcend certain levels of vibration, certain levels of consciousness towards any subject that you might have. You might be saying to yourself right now, well, I want to attract more money. I want to attract a relationship. I want more health. Those are the 3 things most people want to attract into their life. What I'm going to show you is different paradigms and different paradigms that you can begin to connect to, and that as you connect to these different paradigms, you'll see where you are and you'll say, oh yes, that's where I am. And I'll say to you, okay, this is what you got to do. I'll give you a little formula that you use that then you apply and then you move it to the next level. And then in a way, it's like playing a video game and you bump yourself up to the next level and you look around and you have a certain reality, and then eventually you bump up to even a higher level. And when you're in the higher level, then anything's coming easier as well. So, in order for me to explain this video and to show you exactly how to do it, I need my handy dandy chart. So here we have our chart. This chart is the chart of consciousness, called the scale of consciousness, or the different emotional states of consciousness. So you'll notice that on this scale of consciousness, we have the bottom levels of consciousness, which is shame, fear, guilt. Eventually, you see that of the level of consciousness called neutrality. And if you move up a couple more levels of consciousness, you'll see that of willingness, moving up to reasoning, which is the understanding of the mind and the intellect, and then the level of consciousness of love. Every time I say the word consciousness, you got to take a shot of apple cider vinegar. So just keep taking shots. Let's keep going. When you see that of then eventually over love, you see the level of consciousness of that of joy, of peace, and of enlightenment. That's the highest level of consciousness. This whole consciousness band goes from 0 to 1000 level of consciousness. This is the level of consciousness that we all are a part of, whether we're aware of it or not. Now, as we go through our life experiences and as we shift our level of consciousness, we will find that we resonate with different realities, with different levels of consciousness. Okay, I know consciousness is getting a little bit overplayed, so I'm just going to get into it now. You see that these levels right here, all of these different levels, you will see that there are different times in your life when we align with different emotions, different states of consciousness. Now, there you go again. What we do though, is what we must become aware of is how we are feeling the vibrational level we are at while we are intending to manifest something into our life. Because this is what a lot of people do. A lot of people will intend to manifest something into their life, feeling anger, lack, shame, guilt, feeling like they're not worthy, trying to manifest something into their life, and as they do so, they are actually emphasizing that they don't already have that which they want to experience. So what they're doing is they're saying and feeling the lack, and they're saying, I want to attract something from over there into my life. But when we understand these different levels, we can see that there's different paradigms. That's one paradigm. There's a paradigm where we say, I really, really want that. This is let's think of this as LC, lower consciousness, MC, like MC Hammer, MC, more middle level consciousness, and then HC, high C, high consciousness. Let's look at it from these 3 levels. LC, lower consciousness manifestation. I really, really want that. Things are put on a pedestal. I really, really want that. How amazing would it be for me to have that? And the more we really, really desire that, is the more resistance we feel. And in order to get it, this is what we think. I need to work really hard. I need to try really hard. I need to do everything I can to get there. We need to find other people that can maybe give it to us. Maybe we'll try to find people. We'll go to different teachers, hop around from law of attraction video to law of attraction video, trying to find out how we can find it. Now, I'm not talking down if you're like, that's how I'm doing it right now. I'm not talking down to it, but what I am saying is just be aware that that's the level that you're at, is wanting it, desiring it, and giving it a lot of importance. Anything we give a lot of importance to, we create resistance around. The more we say, I really, really want that, vibrationally, we're saying, I really, really don't currently have that. So this is about being aware that that may be the level of consciousness that we have. That might be how we are thinking about ourselves. That might be where we currently are vibrationally. But the key is understanding that that's not just who we are. That is just one perspective that we have. And it's understanding that the more we really, really want something, the more we vibrationally are saying, I really, really don't currently have it. So it's about being aware of that. Now, that's where we go. So I'm going to kind of act it out. It'd be like, I really, really want that. It would be really, really cool to experience it. I wonder if there's someone that could give me some little information. Sometimes I'll see DMs I'll get. How do I attract a specific person? How do I get my ex back? How do I get that? Those questions are coming from a place of lack. And don't think of lower, middle, high as like bad, good, or really like middle, gray. It's not about good, bad. It's about just being aware of where that energy is coming from. So first off, we become aware of those energy of the lower emotions of feeling that shame, fear, guilt, the anger. Why do other people have it? If you get mad at other people for having it, then it's a sure sign that that is the level that is at currently. Now, when you learn how to neutralize those, by neutralizing your thoughts, by becoming aware of them, by observing them, that's when you start to move out of the lower level. And the mid-level, the second level, the MC, middle level of consciousness, take another shot of apple cider vinegar. The middle level of consciousness is that of understanding that our beliefs create our reality. So our beliefs create our reality. Okay, well, if I don't currently have this, what do I believe to be true about this that's causing this kind of block? We can then see that there's a certain level of block that we have around this, and we can then define it in a new way. We can see that, okay, I have this belief that I'm not worthy of it. I believe that they have it and I don't, and I feel resistance because of that. This is where we become aware of the levels of consciousness of reasoning. When we see the reason right there, that reason is that of the intellectual mind. The intellectual mind of, okay, I can get into and understand that my beliefs create my reality. And when I change my belief, I understand that then I change my reality. So beliefs create reality. This is a higher level paradigm than the lower one, because the lower one thinks that reality is fixed. It thinks that things are the way they are. This is the way it is, and I can or can't manifest it. The second, the middle, that paradigm, the middle level of consciousness, is the understanding that the way it works is if we change our beliefs, we then will experience a new reality. The intellect of it. Understanding, okay, this is something that I can change from within. Something that as I change, then my outer reality will begin to change as well. So this is the second level of consciousness. This is where a lot of my videos on my channel are. They're in that second level. They're between a 400 and 500 level of consciousness. The reasoning, mastering the intellect. When we master the intellect, we then change what we believe to be true. We then change the outer reflection that we're getting in our life. However, now I'm starting to move into that of the third level. The third level is more of a love consciousness. It's more so understanding this of what I'm about to share with you. So when we look at these different levels, you'll see at the bottom, you'll see that of the shame, fear, guilt, the negative emotions, the really, really wanting something to desiring. And in order to get into the second level, you have to let go and you have to observe from a neutral place, neutrality. Observe the thoughts. Observe the emotions you have. Observe why you feel the emotions that you used to have or the emotions of lack, and then choose to let it go and to complete the past many times as well. However, letting go is the doorway into the second paradigm. Now, once you're in the second paradigm, which is that of reasoning, which is that of understanding that your beliefs create your reality, what you then begin to do is you move from the second level, the doorway into the third level, is understanding and dropping all the intellectual ideas. It is dropping the intellect. It is dropping that beliefs create your reality. It's understanding that, yes, your beliefs create your reality, but it is dropping the attachment to those beliefs, because you see that different beliefs you have are certain vehicles you may use for a while, but eventually you're going to get out of that vehicle and into a new one, or you're going to realize that you can just teleport places. You don't even need the vehicle. That's when you start to get into the higher level of consciousness. Because all beliefs are valid, and all beliefs will eventually shift. You might right now have a belief that you can only make $50,000 a year. Eventually, you will let go of that belief, and you have to let go of that belief to then make $80,000 a year, to then make $100,000 or $1 million a year. Whatever level it's at, you have to eventually let go of the belief and the self-image that you currently have to move on to the next one. And the same way, in this higher level paradigm, it's about understanding and going beyond the belief. beyond the thoughts, and into being in the present moment, and to tuning into a higher level frequency. We all are connected to the divine, to this divine frequency that can flow through any of us if we choose. And the more we tune into it is the more we will experience it in our lives. And the way we tune into it is by doing something we are passionate about. It is by connecting to our heart and trusting the process. So just like the doorway was neutrality into the second level, the doorway into the third level is letting go of the beliefs, and instead of trying to have or do, instead be. Have or do. Think of it as one of this level down here. This level, the lower one, would be having, trying to have. Or it could be doing. I don't know which one it would be. I just thought of this analogy right now. But having and doing are of the second paradigm and below. The third paradigm, the higher level paradigm, is about being. Being present to the moment. Surrendering to what is. Aligning with the higher level energy, a divine energy that is you. That is always around you, that you can always pick up on. But it's simply about you choosing it. And the more you choose it by doing what you're passionate about is the more that becomes a part of you. When I make these videos, I am passionate about making videos. It is my body telling me that, hey, Aaron, this is what you're meant to be doing. And the more I get out of the way, the little ego Aaron, the little part of me, and I allow my higher self to come through, this higher level energy, the more the energy just flows through. And it's easy for me to make these videos. I've made daily videos for almost 2 years now, and I don't plan out any of my videos. I do not write out, I do not script them out, it just comes. The energy just flows through because I'm tuning into this channel. I'm tuning into this vibration. And therefore I allow it to. This is the higher level paradigm. And in this level of paradigm, you can let go of linear type thinking. Well, if I want to do this, then I have to do this. That's the second level and below. Quantum manifestation is about understanding that you can scramble up your beliefs about how the process has to go. You can instead just tune into the vibration of how you prefer to be, this divine vibration of who you really are, that goes beyond the mind. The doorway from the second level paradigm of creating your own reality, of understanding how your beliefs are a reflection of what you experience in your life, the doorway from that level to that of the higher level is moving from the head and into the heart. From having and doing into being. And when you make that transition, your frequency will increase. And when that happens, you will then experience a reality that is equal to that change in vibration. So it's about being aware of that and moving from the head and into the heart. And the way you do that is by surrender. The way you do that is with the awareness. The awareness of who you are. The awareness that as you connect to this energy, everything in your life will begin to change. So if we look at all of these levels, we'll see there's different personality traits in each level. Different versions of us that are in different states, different emotions. The reasoning and the intellect will get us so far. But eventually there's a level higher than that. The lower levels of consciousness, shame, fear, guilt, anger, those are all on autopilot. Keeping just thinking on a loop over and over again. I'm not worthy, I'm not this, I'm not that, I want this, but I don't have it. It's just in the head, in the head, in the head. Observe wherever you are. Observe that level of consciousness. Observe that state. And as you observe it from a neutral place, you then start to move and to realize that from that level, if you're at the level of you think everything's set, everything is the way it is, what you do is you try to go and change the outside mirror. You try to go change the mirror itself. Remember, reality is a reflection. We always get a mere reflection of what we believe to be true. And if we go out and try to change the mirror, without changing our expression first, that is the bottom level paradigm. The middle level paradigm is understanding that we must first change our expression to then change the reality we want to experience. And the higher level paradigm is beyond the mirror itself. It just is. And that level of surrender, that level of understanding that divine energy can flow through is a totally new way of being. And I believe that in this lifetime on earth, many people are here right now because there is a transformation of consciousness happening. People are bumping from this bottom level to the middle level, from the middle level to the high level, or all three. They're just moving all the way up. We have that potential right now. If you are watching this video, then you are in vibrational resonance with moving up these levels, because you cannot perceive what you are not the vibration of. So if you perceive of this, then it is something that is possible for you, and it's probable for you. It's possible for everyone. It's probable for you. But be aware at which level you're at. And the doorway to each one, the doorway from the first level, the bottom level to the middle level, neutrality, observing your thoughts, being aware of why they're there, understanding the world is not fixed. The world is not the way it is just because that's how it is. That is a belief. Beliefs create reality. Then we bump up to the second level. My beliefs create my reality. If I want to change over there, I must first change in here because that over there is a reflection anyways. Then we change the expression on our face. The mirror reality reflection we get then begins to change. And then the doorway into the next level is letting go of the mirror, letting go of attachment, letting go of the identity with the ego, and being the way we prefer, being, existing in love, understanding it's a higher level energy that channels through us. This higher level energy is who we really are. It's the larger aspect of us. It is our higher self. It's higher states of consciousness. It's love. It's bliss. It's passion. Follow your passion and you start to become more in alignment with that. So, which level are you in and how will you move to the top levels? I've given you a little bit of a game plan of what you can do at each individual level. There's different traits of each level. Understand this isn't about good, bad, or different levels. Like I'm higher than you because I'm at this level. That's the ego. Just allow yourself to be aware. Awareness is the key. Awareness is the light. As you become aware of it, you can then move through these different levels and increase your vibration. So something else I'm going to be doing is more live Q&As on Instagram. So if you want to follow me there and you want to see daily videos that I do, plus live Q&As, and you can go and follow me right here on Instagram. I post 2 videos a day over there. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little notification gear next to the subscribe button so that you can see the daily vids that I do. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.